Hello and welcome to another Company of Heroes 3 game. My name is Fancy Josh, and today I've got a game for you between RedxWings as our African Corps, and his opponent today is going to be Khelben as our British. And let me swap around the units there. We got red on the left and blue on the right now. That's going to make it so my brain doesn't break. Map today's going to be Faminville, and looking forward to it. So it's been a little while since I cast a RedxWings game, and I decided to check back in. And this map looked like fun. Now, Khelben's been on my channel before as well, a couple weeks ago, in a game versus Gonki on Twin Beaches. And that's the RedxWings craziness that we've come to expect. So he's opening with Panzer Pioneers into Panzer Grenadiers, and now a fuel cache. Okay, very cool. So if this can survive, yeah, he's going to have a ton of fuel. If he can manage to control even one of the other fuel points, and his opponent doesn't discover this. Now, I'm a little surprised that we're not seeing RedxWings focus on that bottom side a little more and try to fight over that so that he's got a nice little front line protecting his fuel cache. And we're going to see how that ends up working out for him. So with a fuel-heavy build, I mean, it's going to be a fast tier 2, I would, fast infantry company, potentially a fast... Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So, I mean, it's not going to involve a lot of upgrades. I mean, we could even see a fast tier 4 if he manages to hold down a reasonable amount of fuel here. But I guess that's enough speculation for now. We'll see what he's got in mind. Now, our British players opened double Royal Engineer into infantry sections. I suspect we'll see a third infantry section here. Sometimes you'll see Brits go for an early Dingo to deal with any vehicles they might be up against. Of course, we're not seeing any vehicles from RedxWings, so a Dingo might not be in the cards. And I wonder how long it's going to take for Khelben to figure out that this fuel cache is here. I mean, it went down at the 1 minute mark, basically. And so far, he's benefited about 7.5 fuel from it. But it's going to take him a little bit to figure out that there isn't a motorbike on the map, and I think that's really what he's going to notice is missing probably first. We'll see. We will see, and there is a Dingo on the way here. And I think the good news for RedxWings is we're probably going to see another Panzer Grenadier, potentially. And actually, as I'm saying that out loud, okay, so he did go for the early building here, adding on a heavy machine gun next. And what I was going to say before he rudely interrupted by building his next unit is potentially... Yeah, I mean, he might go early tech. And it's going to be battlefield espionage. Very cool. Very, very cool. So he has picked up, let's see what he grabbed here. Transfer depots and sector subterfuge beacons. So that's subterfuge. If he manages to hide any amount of beacons here, he's going to be feeling really good about that. I wonder if we're going to see him prioritize fuel. I mean, if he could get one of these subterfuge beacons way back in his opponent's like guaranteed fuel, that's going to be fuel in his pocket the rest of the game, because it no longer notifies you when you're losing fuel. Wow, okay, I'm very excited about this build. I am very excited about this build. You know, it's amazing to me that I can open up any RedxWings game and just see the most ridiculous build you've ever seen. It's just amazing. So, this transfer depots here, I wonder what's in mind for that. Trade fuel or munitions for manpower. So is he going to put down, like... I mean, is he convert 40 fuel to 200 man? He's converting fuel to manpower? Okay. I don't know what to say. That's crazy. All right. All right. So what does that mean? I mean, he's going to continue to try to control fuel this game. And he's going to be using that ability to swap in for, like, upgrades? More units? I mean, manpower is good for everything, so... But it's not going to be tech. So he's cutting into his own tech to get more... Yeah, get more stuff out. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. All right, we're going to get back to this game. So we got Bren guns out for a British player. That's going to really increase his combat effectiveness here. And RedxWings is just going to play the economy game, the weird economy shuffle. Does have an ambulance out to give his units some boosts out on the front line. He's going to try and hold this fuel point as much as he can. And I think we're going to, I mean, based on how he's played this game so far, I think we're going to see him try and draw his opponent into fights on the top side so that his fuel cache remains safe, potentially. You see fire support elements added on. Feels like it's going to be a flak, potentially. I mean, he could do something crazy like, you know, calling an AT gun. So that's totally fine. I mean, this is the Humber armored car timing, so he's worried about that. And it's going to be a late platoon command post. Did our British pick up any tech? No, he didn't. So he's just saving up a bit of fuel, maybe waiting to see what his opponent does before opting into something. And has our German player picked up any techs? No, he hasn't. This game is bizarre. I'm going to stop saying that eventually. Well, probably not. It's a RedxWings game. Alright. Fight breaking out here in the middle. German player going to try and control some territory. He does know a bunch of units are on this top side, so we might see him swing into this fuel on the bottom. Machine gun a little out of position here. AT gun facing the Dingo there, but not going to get anything done. Now, this AT gun is interesting because now the Dingo is literally a non-threat to this 250. Holy cow. Heavy machine gun going down awful quick to those Bren gun Tommies there. He's going to recrew it with his ambulance. For those of you that don't know, many of the half-tracks and ambulance type units can recrew weapons with the Z key, at least by default. You see some recce package Tommies. I think that's a fine decision. That flare can be invaluable. This 250 just going to sit here and be aggressive, but while this is happening, Royal Engineers just grabbing up some free territory. This is the weakness. Well, there are a few weaknesses to this build. One being that he's, you know, a resource cache behind, but he just caught up by killing that Dingo. The other thing that's putting it behind is weird team weapons, like this ISG support, yeah, not an ISG, but just the support gun. I'm very happy to see the light artillery on the field. I don't think it's particularly strong in this game, but it is fun to see it. And actually getting some decent hits there on that infantry. And an AT gun being added on for a US player. Or, excuse me, our British player. 6-pounder. Oh, man! Wow. Grenades are freaking nuts this patch, dude. That was crazy. So, we might see him upgrade this 250 into a Funk Panzer. He's going to add those Panzer Grenadiers back on to keep his army composition the way he wants it. Going to see both players trade a few units here. Nothing too major just yet. I love the aggressive use of this ambulance. AT grenade going to find this truck, and that's a dead 250, isn't it? Probably. Heavy machine gun coming to save the day, and nice. Going to keep that 250 alive. So, what is next for this build? We're going to see some Operation Scorpion shenanigans. What are we going to see? Our British player hasn't locked in his battle group, and he also hasn't added on a vehicle, so I think we're going to see a quick company command post from him, potentially adding on. I think a Crusader would be pretty good here. It's kind of a little bit of everything. We may see him opt for a Matilda if he does go for that, and it is going to be Air and Sea battle group, so I take it back. Feels like commandos are going to be the choice here. Yeah. What are we thinking? It's interesting he hasn't taken his tier 2 ability here. Typically you'll see folks add on the infantry support section immediately and then just call that in, but based on the fact that he hasn't done that, makes me think he wants to go for these commando section paradrop. See if that is what he ends up doing, and has gone for this centaur, so maybe we're going to see centaurs here. Now, of course, he can only produce them, so he would need to build the company command post, and then he can get those units out on the field. And does have enough fuel for that. So, kind of feels like that's what we're going to see next. It's going to be 2 heavy machine guns. Oh, grenade from over the bushes. Going to wipe that unit because of course it is. And those Tommies are going to steal that weapon. It looks like ambulance trying to save the day with a recrew, but isn't going to find him there, and that's a little bit of an unfortunate loss for our German player. Good news is he still has his other heavy machine gun holding it down, and even managing to control his fuel cache still. So I believe that he's been converting that fuel pretty much this whole time. Commandos being dropped in. Where's that happening? Some right here. And still has, I don't think RedxWings has gotten upgrades yet. He's got the anti-tank incendiary munitions. Unfortunately for him, there's not going to be a whole lot of vehicles. At least not yet. Commandos now added on here. These guys are going to be vicious up close. And I'm really, really hoping we see some demolition charges. But Commando's actually taking a less than favorable engagement against that Vet 2 Panzer Grenadier with the light machine gun, and is going to lose that fight. And another support gun on the way. Alrighty. Another support gun. Now there is the Funk Panzer here added on. That is the Vet 1 250 converted into that unit. This Funk Panzer get at Vet 1. Allows the unit to slowly generate munitions over time. Alrighty, very cool. Infantry section taking a long-range fight here. Double support gun gonna start helping out from the looks of it. Should allow him to win that fight pretty handily. Rail engineers with flamethrowers coming. And those Panzer Grenadiers gonna give up the position. And this is a little bit of a scary push here. The machine gun way out of position. Gonna get run over by these Royal Engineers, and might go down here, and Royal Engineers immediately going to steal that. So just continuing to donate units to his opponent is our RedxWings player. Not the end of the world, of course. He does have the ability to convert all of his fuel into manpower and simply add those units back on. And we still haven't seen him go for any... I can't believe we're not seeing him go for any upgrades. But I guess I don't know what you'd want out of your armory in a game like this. Like, I keep thinking he's going to do something here. But really, it's like veteran squad leaders, I guess. But you only have literally 1 Panzer Grenadier, so... I do not know where this build is going. But it's going somewhere. Panzer Grenadier is going to fight this infantry section here in the middle. Victory points looking pretty good here for our British player. Of course, he's not light years ahead or anything, but definitely been prioritizing them a little bit here. And we see both players just kind of trading units. That's a demo charge. I don't think our German player saw it. Did he finish it? I think he did, right? Yeah, there it is. Alright. I'm trying to keep an eye on that. You guys know me. I freaking love demo charges, so... Oh my god, that double support gun absolutely shredding that heavy machine gun. Nearly picking him up on the retreat, but not going to happen. More Panzer Pioneers on the field now. And... Mando's looking for trouble here. They might actually find that cache that's been there the whole game. This flare revealing all these cloaked units over here. And that is a dead fuel cache, but I mean, God, he's had that alive for 14 minutes, so whatever 14 times 5 is, I think it's 70. And he's going to get it with the grenade here. Well, not quite. But should pick that up, no problem. Panzer Grenadier's going to bail out. Ambulance added back on. Did he lose his ambulance? Yeah, he did. Yeah, I mean, that was, like we said, 70 fuel is quite a lot, and I would say well worth the 200 manpower. And I guess he converted 40 fuel into... So really what he paid was 40 fuel. So I guess he got 30 fuel? He netted 30 fuel from that building. I don't know if that's good, but... I mean, he traded a lot of tempo in the early game for something like that, but it's cool if nothing else. So... Alright, British player continuing to float about 1 million fuel. Has added the company command post. Is struggling a little bit for manpower here. Has he teched up at all? No, no tech for him. No infantry tech, nothing like that. Recce package calm artillery down on these fixed position units here. And is going to pay for it a little bit. Trading some damage back and forth. Panzer Grenadiers losing 3 models from 1 shell there. Good God, that artillery is scary. Demo charge still there. And the machine gun holding down the fuel on that side, which has been upgraded once again. And no units going down. Support guns blasting. But a triple cap here coming down. Which player is going to be feeling pretty good about that. RedxWings is going to have to respond pretty quickly, and it's going to be Grant tanks. Yeah, Grant tanks here feels really strong. Our German player only has 1 source of anti-tank, and a ton of units that are rather vulnerable to the double gun from that Grant, so I think that's going to be really good here. I will say I'm disappointed that we're not going to see a Centaur, but we saw demo charges, which did get found out. I am sad I missed it. Let's see, I don't think he lost any units, so I'm wondering if he discovered it with minesweepers, but I'm not seeing any minesweepers, so it's hard to say. Panzer Pioneer's going to go down here on the retreat, probably. Suppression going to help out against that infantry section, and that engineer is going to live. Commando's getting into a nice little position here behind the heavy machine gun. Looks like they made it come through this area and pop smoke, and is going to let them close the gap there. German player able to drive him back, and should be able to move into this top side, pick up some fuel, pick up some victory points. Nice grenade there, dodged out. Heavy machine gun not in position to deal with this advancing infantry. Should see it though, is going to lose his fuel cache from the looks of it. And I would say that this fuel cache is... This second fuel cache definitely didn't pay itself back. But that's alright. Support gun's gonna... Oh my God, I can't believe no models went down there. But huge damage. Grant in the queue. And we're gonna need to see some more anti-tank from our German player here. Whether that's another pack gun or a vehicle of his own. He has not invested at all in vehicles. So it feels like we're gonna see a pack, if anything. He's up to 3 machine guns here. Vet 2 on this guy. Don't actually know what MG34s get. They focus general. I know that their general identity is they're good at suppression. So 2-star 30% suppression makes a lot of sense. A little bit extra health too. Machine gun gonna get grenaded out of this house there. Not a great grenade, but a second infantry section coming in. Not gonna grenade this house. And heavy machine gun gonna retreat. And it feels like these support guns are doing so much damage, but they're not killing any models. So the manpower bleed isn't as major as you might think. And Pack gun going to be found out by the Grant there, but a nice little positioning by these Grenadiers going to give that unit engine damage. Going to immediately remount the pack. Now remember, there's incendiary munitions here, so this Grant is going to take bleed damage. That bleed damage cannot kill a unit, though. And these Grenadiers look like they want a piece. I think they might get it, too. Pack gun going to back away. MG34 going down somewhere. But that's surely that's a dead Grant there. Look at that burn, bringing it all the way down to 1 health. AT grenade going to finish the job there. And nicely done. I love that green skin. I wanted to zoom in on it, but I couldn't because the fight was happening. But hopefully he'll make another one and we'll get to take a look at that. We do see Firestorm added on. Another transfer depot on the way. Where's that? Looks like he's replacing this one that he lost once again. MG34 is holding it down. I guess that is a stolen MG34. And another support gun blast. Doing huge damage but no kills. Please connect. Man, it's amazing how that unit is surviving. Panzer Pioneers weren't quite standing in the circle, are going to eat a grenade, but fortunately for them didn't go down there. Is that another stolen MG? I think it was. Grenades just up and down the front line here, wiping unit after unit. And that's his third stolen machine gun. Did he get... I'm like 90... So I know for a fact that our German player had 3 heavy machine guns, and now he has 2. And I'm guessing that that one was stolen. But it looks like our British player also lost a heavy machine gun. Not sure where that happened. More Panzer Grenadiers here, so very infantry-heavy army. I'd love to know how many times he's converted fuel here, but the only way to see it is for me to switch into this caster mode here. And I have to show RedxWings. Yeah, he's definitely continued to use it. So, I mean, I guess the whole point here is to, have a larger manpower-hungry army without having any sort of casualty replenishment. It's a very interesting concept. Punk Panzer providing cover here, but that flare reveals all. And this Panzer Grenadier is going to find this recce package. This recce package has gotten huge value this game. I mean, the flares by themselves are pretty darn good, but this artillery has been pretty darn good. Panzer Grenadier is nearly going down there on the retreat to an artillery shell. Heavy machine gun in a bad spot, might get picked up. AT gun is moving forward for our British player, but not going to find any units really. There is just the one ambulance. Support guns trying their best to help out, but not getting a whole lot done. This could be a dead infantry section. That'd be a really nice pickup for our British player. Might get him. Still has another chance here. Ambulance going to recrew the heavy machine gun. Heavy machine gun going to set up on this infantry, but both support guns being found out. And I do think that infantry section went down. Nicely done. Looks like he also lost the support gun. I didn't see how high veterancy that was. I think it was Vet 0, so at worst it was Vet 1. So unfortunate, but not the end of the world. Good God. Those commandos are super low. Looks like he's focusing them. No, he's not. He's fighting this infantry section over here. Grant being added back on. Grenade gonna find some damage on those Panzer Grenadiers. They gotta go. It's gonna be a bad retreat path for them. More Panzer Grenadiers on the way. Support gun shelling. Continuing to deal decent damage. But no wipes there. And a Grant nearly out. He's going to grab some fuel on that left side with those minesweepers. I do think the minesweepers are a really good decision, given that he's seen some demolition charges. He's going to lose that pack. That's an unfortunate loss. And, you know, with this static style of gameplay, it feels like our German players really struggled to hold his ground against this these continuous flanks. And I think, you know, he's relying heavily on heavy machine guns, but our British player's doing a fantastic job flanking them. And it's just been, I don't know, it feels like this style of play is being outplayed by our British player. Smoke grenade going to try and save the day here. Is going to block vision of that AT gun. Going to let him recrew this weapon. Very nicely done. And that infantry section being forgot about there, and a Vet 3 double light machine gun squad here is going to be vicious to deal with. Those commandos want a piece, though. They are Vet 2 already. Closing the gap here. Support gun going to be there to help out. And this Panzer Grenadier is going to be a murder machine. They are going to be absolutely lethal. So what's the last thing that our... Yeah, I mean, it's Operation Scorpion, but clearly he doesn't care, right? He doesn't have any vehicles, so we're not going to see that this game, I don't think, even if he were to pick it up. More Panzer Grenadiers on the way. And despite trading all of his fuel away, he's got quite a bit of fuel still. So, and you know, I suppose he's paid it back, right? This thing cost him 200, and he's very clearly interested in just simply converting the fuel into manpower. It's not even about like trying to balance his economy. It's just like he wants manpower and he wants it now. Grant is added back on, and if I get a moment, I'm going to check that skin out. Panzer Pioneers, I'm just going to do it. We're doing it. Zoom in here. Very cool skin. You know what that is? Please let me know. I still don't know any of the skin names, and I'm making very slow progress in learning. Every player seems to know about this Grant. Probably had the sound cue, knows that it's out there. And losing 2 high-vet infantry sections for our British player is not going to feel good here. I mean, that veterancy at this stage in the game is a little bit irreplaceable. But he could go for some elite infantry. He did go for a pack call-in instead of the commando section, which I think is a little questionable. I mean, so the pack by itself is not a super great weapon. You know, that's not to say that you shouldn't use it if you enjoy it. And it's, you know, it does have its use cases. But the reason I think it's particularly bad in this game is the double support gun from our German player is just going to absolutely shut down that pack long term. Commando's finding this utility truck and the heavy machine gun. I'm trying to see that AT gun fight the Grant, but Grant doing okay. And Commando's cleaning up here. Panzer Grenadiers on a bad retreat path may go down. Now this murder machine squad here with their double light machine gun is absolutely shredding that Vet 3 Commando. Commando should pick up the AT gun though, so that's a little bit of lost veterancy. Not going to happen though. And no way this Commando section goes down on their way out. Second Grant in the queue. And that's going to be really tough to deal with for our German player. I'd really like to see him add on some more AT. Another pack gun could do wonders against these Grants, but I think there's going to be a critical mass of Grants here, and it's going to just run over our German player here. But as I'm looking at the... You know, I've been so obsessed with this totally insane build from RedxWings that I've completely lost track of the victory points, so I do apologize about that. But only 26 points left on the board here. Our German player is going to have to fight tooth and nail to even stay in this game. And, you know, I hope you guys, I mean, the game is not over, but I hope you guys take some inspiration from this game. I think that this is a very cool idea. And, it, you know, as in typical RedxWings fashion, right, he's min-maxing into the meme, which is to say refusing to use fuel and only using manpower and min-maxing the heck out of that. But, you know, think about how you can use this in your own games. And maybe you don't have to quite take it to this maximum. Nice little ambush there by those commandos, using the cover to get close to those Panzer Grenadiers, and then taking advantage of their ambush bonuses there. But yeah, you know, and that's what I love about doing this channel, is like, I mean, not every game is going to be a banger, but games like this, where you can see different ways to play the game, is just so much fun, and what I love doing this. So, hope you guys do too. 12 points to go here for RedxWings. Is currently double capped, and Commandos and Grants guarding all of the victory points here, so this is going to be the end of the game. And yeah, what a fun build. What a hilarious way to play the game. And well played by our British player. I mean, Firestorm being called down there. I'm over here thinking that our British player played a really nice game. I mean, he had some really great flanks. He played consistently. He got some really sick grenades. So overall, played quite well, despite losing, despite the weird build he was up against. So hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you in the next video.